welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it's time to dekit another mini canvas. So this is the owl one that I've completed. Now you will also see there are other diamonds. So my eldest daughter has also got her friend into diamond painting, who has then sent me her spares. So I figured, because I kit this one up in DMC number order, it would be the ideal time to also deal with these. So I have grouped them into their hundreds, and I will do them combined. I'm purposefully not pulling out the owl diamond painting, because I am going to do a video when all the small ones are done. And I wanted you to have some surprises. So these are all squares, which is another reason I'm doing them all together. So I will start by checking my Heaven and Earth designs. So it's a Heaven and Earth designs, it's a cross stitch pattern that I am doing using my spare diamonds. So first things first, I'm going to start on the hundreds here, because this doesn't start until 310. So 152 is in my diamond painting. So I'm going to get those thrown in with. We might have some static going on these ones. Oh, that's going to be fun. Sit tight, people, this might be a longer video for dealing with static. So I'm just getting them all out into a white tray while they decide they want to stick to the bag. I know it's plastic and more plastic, but it does only seem to be a little bit of static, so I'm hoping that the drill tray, yeah, the drill tray can pretty much cope with them. And I'm just using a small little white one that I tend to keep handy. Okay, so that's 152. 159 is also in my Heaven and Earth designs. It's quite full, but I'm going to see if I can get the rest of them in there as well, because it's easier than pulling out my spares box. Now a lot of these now, even the ones that are extra full, I might not even need these for my Heaven and Earth designs if it's a number that I only need a low amount of, but I keep them all together until my Heaven and Earth designs is completely done with that number. So Pattern Keeper tells me when it's completely done. And if that's the case, then that's when they move into my spares. Okay, so 223 is in here, but 224 and 225 are not. Have we got static on these ones? A little bit. Let's see how many we can get in first off. These don't seem as bad. So if we can remove the step of tipping them into the tray, we will do. Okay, so we've got a few that are being a bit stubborn. The tray is of course bigger, so we'll get them out and pick up the floating spares. Okay, so we'll move those over. So then we're on to 300s, of which I do also have a 300 here, so I have 310. So I'm going to change the battery in my camera, and then I'll be back and show you what I do with my 310s. Okay, so my 310s in my Heaven and Earth design painting is quite full. There is a lot of 310s in it, however they're quite a bit further down. So I'm starting to get to the point of them now, but I'm not going through them at a speed of lightning. But of course I have loads of 310s spare. So I currently have them all in a very big baggie. And this is where they sit at the moment. I am planning on doing another project with 310s, which, if some of you have watched my Heaven and Earth designs video, you will probably know. But for now, they're just all getting thrown in there, and then I just flatten the air out. And they just sit in that bag for now. I may get a pretty jar or a pretty box, but that'll be once the house and the craft room are back straight. Okay, so there's no other 300s at the moment there, but there is here. So 334 is in my Heaven and Earth designs. So we'll tip that one in. did have one rogue one. Where did you go? Okay, 3, 5, 6 is not in this. So I'm going to move that up there and we'll do those in the spares. So then we get onto the 400s, which I also have some in this row. And then having a look at my box, it then goes to 600s. So we'll do these. So 414 is in my Heaven and Earth Designs. It's quite full. So I am going to tip it into the tray just so that I can manage the bottle a bit better. I do have a spares box where any overflow goes, but if I can get them in the tubs, all the better. 415 I don't have, and 451 I do have. Again, that is another one that is quite full, and I actually have this in both, so I don't think I'm going to fit both sets in because I already have some here as well. So I think I'm going to have to get my Heaven and Earth Designs spares out. Let me get these out the baggie first because we have got static. These look like the Ever Moment bags that Ever Moment put in their packaging. And then for good measure we'll tip those in as well. A very good match of colours for those two. While I'm here, I'm going to check 452. Okay, that's not in here, and I've emptied all of those three, so I'm just going to pop it with the 400s so that when it comes to my spare box, it's a little bit easier. Now, for my Heaven and Earth Designs, I use exactly the same system that I use for my spares. However, I just group them. I've just got the title cards going 900s, 3700s and things like that. I don't want every single one. So we're on number 451, and I do already have a bag because it has already got pretty full. So we'll get those all tipped into that bag from both sets of paintings, and then if my Heaven and Earth Designs needs them and the pot that I've got in my main kit runs out, this is where I come to get extras. And once I've done all that colour in the design, they'll just go into my regular spares. Okay, so that's the 400s done. I've got the next numbers I've got here are 700s, but I do have 2 600s here. Now 600s is in my next pouch. So I actually have 4 of these 60 bottle containers that I use for my Heaven and Earth Designs, and I just put a little number on the front so I know what numbers they are. So these are the 600s, so 632, nope, 648, no. So I don't need either of those. The next number on there is an 800, so I'm going to move to the 700s here. So 762, nope. 799, nope. 791, nope. 798, yes. You see I've already got a couple of different shades in there, but it probably would match up better to maybe another DMC shade, but I don't go there. I do just tip them all in. I purposefully picked a design that I can get away with that for. 796, that's also in here. That's quite low as well. So, ooh, I don't think I need many. I think I only need like one more of these on the whole chart, and I've made a proper mess. Okay, so let's get those picked up. 796. Okay, so that's the 700s done. So now we are on to the 800s. So I'm going to do the 800 on this first, 898, just because then I'm just working on bags. So there's only a few of these, so that was easy enough done. And in fact, while I'm here, 902 is also on this tray and in my Heaven and Earth Designs. So that means the 600s now can just go there for putting in my spares in a bit. Okay, so the rest of the 800. So we've got 809, nope. 803, no. 823, yes. Now the 823 is quite full, as is the 820, of which these are all from. So I'm going to bring over my Heaven and Earth spares box again, and I'm going to go in the 800s. So we've got 823. I've actually got 2 bags on the go here because I've got so many. So we will combine those. If they'll go in. There we go. So that's the 823. And then 820, have we got any up here? We do. So we have 820 here. Now, I don't tend to keep them in these baggies anymore. I did used to, but now I just don't bother, because I find it takes a lot less storage if they are just all in a bag. And have I cut that enough? Yeah. So I'm just going to quite simply tip them all in. And while I've not put that away, I'm going to use that as a little prop. I'm just quite simply tipping them in. Let's see if we can get away with cutting 2. Sometimes the way they're crinkled up, it doesn't, if they're too full, it doesn't let you do this properly, but we'll give it a go because it's a lot quicker. That worked okay. Let's see if I can get away with it a second time. Ooh, got to fly away. I don't know if I've cut one of these bags enough, but we'll soon see. Oh no, we've done all right. Sometimes if they're quite full, you can't actually get a top cut off that's enough to let the diamonds out. And then we've just got 3 bags left singly. So I'll get that one in. I don't tend to cut more than 2 bags just because I do make a god awful mess if I do. Okay, so let's get those 2 bags in, and then the rogue one that was stuck in the bit, couldn't get my scissors to the right side of it. Okay, so that's 820 filled up. So let's pop that back in roughly the right order in my 800s. And let's move the spares out of the way and we'll pop that back. So I'm just going to get all those bits of rubbish out of the way. Okay, now in here we only have a few of the 900s, and we've got quite a few here, but 902 we also have. This is another colour that the Heaven and Earth Designs, oh, we've got static in this one. The Heaven and Earth Designs has a lot of, and I do have a lot of those in the spares box, but I only tend to fill it up when it's empty. When this gets empty, that's when I'll go to my spares. And the reason being for that is quite often I will top them up just like I am doing now. I'll end up topping them up from diamond paintings, and it just saves me having to go back to the box all the time. Okay, these don't want to pick up. Come on. So yeah, this just keeps them topped up, and as I say, if they do end up that I'm working on the painting and they run out, then I'll go and top the whole bottle up. But there's not much point in doing it now because I'm sure I'll have another kit that will give me some more. Okay, so that is that tray done. And then my next one is, oh, I've got a rogue one. That's just going to go. 906 to 3712. So going back to the painting that I'm dekitting, I've got two 900s in here to go with these. So we'll check these first. So we've got 927, nope. 938, yes. So we'll pop the 938s in and have a quick look on here to see if I've got any in there as well. This doesn't want to come out the tub either. Get out. Seems like we have a little bit of static going on everywhere. It's probably the British weather. Okay, so that's the 900s done with that. So we'll have a quick check for this one. So we've got 950. Nope. 931. Yes, but very full. 996. Yes. We'll see if we can get those in. Again, it's very full, but we'll see what we can do. And then we have 939s, which I definitely know are in this painting. Proper static. There's like two stuck in the bag. Let me see if I can get them out this way, see if that'll be quicker. There we go. Let's see how many we can get to fit in here before it starts looking ridiculous. Yeah, that's getting a bit ridiculous. So we know we need to find the spares for that one, which I'll do in a moment. And then 939, I also have in here. Is that going to give me a load of static problems? Oh, this isn't too bad. Again, 939s is one I know I have spares of, but I've obviously used enough to be able to fill that up. Okay, so 950 we don't need. I'm going to move over again to my 900. See, look, there's all my 902. I have loads of them. 931. I have a bag here. That's great, so I'll combine them together. If not, if I don't have a bag, in this case, it already had the number on it. I probably would have just thrown this bag in and left it with the number in that it's already got. Just because it's not worth labelling up a bag for the sake of that. When it's in my spares, it is worth it because I've got both squares and rounds, but not for the purposes of this. Okay, and then we've got 996, which I don't have one for. And did this come out of, oh it did. This came out of a bag from my daughter's friend. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these back in here. The ones that wouldn't fit in the tub, even though they're jumping about. Just found another one. And I'm just going to pop them in, because that'll tell me enough when I need them. Okay. So that's the 900s done. Now, from my friend's daughter at the next, my daughter's friend's daughter, from my daughter's friend, the next numbers are the 3700s. So we've got a 3023 here, which I don't have. And then going on to, we've only got one 3700, which is 3787, which is not in this tub. Okay, so we'll come back to that one. And this one goes up to 3712. Okay, I don't have any that are that low in the 37s. So let's get the last box, or last case for my Heaven and Earth designs. And let's go back to this one, 3787. It's quite a full pot, but there's not many left. So I'm going to put those there with the 900, because I'll use that 900 up first, and then I'll move them over. They're all 3/8. Okay, so let's put those with the 3/8. So to do the rest of the 37s, 3722, yes. should be able to fit these in here, I hope. Okay, we're going in the tray. Okay, sorry about that, I've just had a little visitor. My daughter's been reorganising a kitchen cupboard. Been so helpful. Since my eldest moved back home, she brought, of course, a load of kitchen items from her cupboard. So my youngest has just been sorting it all out. We've sort of lived with it for a week or so, but it needed a good sort out. Okay, so that's 3722, 3778, no, 3721, yes. Now I think I'm just going to go straight for the tray with these. I think we know that the British weather has caused enough static in these at the moment. I mean, they're not jumping, but they're definitely not liking being in a plastic bag. So we'll just put them into the tray for the sake of ease. I could put them in the funnel, but I do find that when they're static they can stick to the side of the funnel. Okay, 3753, nope. 3770, yes. Oh, and that's another 3753. I think we've got a couple of kits worth in this. Keep me busy. Keeps me busy when I end up de-kitting all my own paintings that I've done and putting away all the spares. Definitely keeps me busy. Okay. These are fun. These are a little bit more jumpy. I can feel them hitting my finger and then going for a nosedive. Now I know you can put tumble dryer sheets in and stuff if they do cause a huge problem, but I say I do think it is purely the British weather at the moment, and these will calm themselves down. So I'm not fighting with dryer sheets. Okay, so that's that one, and then 3743. So I've also got this one here. As I say, I'm not keeping these packet type things anymore because it's just extra. So let's throw those in. Okay, so now we're on. Last final hurdle is the 3800s. So I'm going to do these bags first just because then they're out of the way. So we've got 3858. But I'm also going to double check whether any of the numbers duplicate, because of course if they do, I may as well get them all put in together. Get that last diamond out. This is static heaven at the moment. Oh no, there we go. That actually didn't end up being too bad. So 3858 done. 3859. I also have that one, but not on here. Definitely don't like these baggies. They are jumping everywhere. Come on. Out. There we go. And then 3865. Now that one is pretty full, so that's going to need to go in my spares. And then we've got 3866, which is not in here, so that one's definitely spares. These ones will need to go in overflow, but I'm just going to check off the rest while I've got the case, and then I can move that out of the way. So 3861, done. 3860, done. 3855 I don't have. 3838 I do. It's only fun when it's the middle ones, getting them into a tub, because you can't use the corner of the pot. Doesn't help that they're sticking slightly as well. Okay, so that's done. And then 3807 is here. Okay, so the only one left in there is 3855 that we don't have, so I'll put that with the 38s. And then we've got 3865 that is in this pattern, but it's full. So, Heaven and Earth Designs, here we go, 3865 in square, bags of them. So, let's throw those in, and that tray is empty, and I'll de-sticker it later. See if we can get them out of the baggie without using the tray. Bar 2, come on. There we go. And then we have a little bag's worth, which we can throw in. And then I have noticed I must have been lazy in the past and thrown a little bag in there. So we'll get that one done while I was at it. So I've got loads of 3865 now for when I need it. In fact, I've got 3 or 4 bags in there. Okay, so that is all the diamonds away for the Heaven and Earth Designs. That's just my box I can throw the trays back in. So we're going to go back to the 100s, and this is my box that houses my spares in 100 to 600. Now they did used to only fit in 2 boxes, but I've spread them out a bit more now to give me a bit more room. So first things first is 225. Now 225 here I have in round, but I do not have a bag for square. Now I am going to rebag this, but the reason is the way I label them up. So I always like to label them up at the top. And I always like to label with a dash and then S for square and R for round. That allows me to see very quickly what it is without having to pull the full bag out. Now I do also normally put a piece of paper in with the bag to help it to stand upright. I've been very lazy recently. Maybe I should just cut some more. My craft room is in a little bit of disarray. So I haven't been cutting any, and no, my trimmer is packed away at the moment due to building works, so it's going to have to wait. So 225 will just go in loose, and I'll pop paper in it next time I do it. Sorry, phone call. Okay, so yeah, I will pop a piece of paper in like this just the next time that I go round, once my life is in a little bit more order. Okay, so they're still causing problems in the bags, these, but because I can tuck the bags inside the others and just shake most of them out, I don't need to tip them to the tray first. So I have got one that is deciding it wants to stay in there. Get out. In fact, 2. You can, of course, always just, you know, throw the bags into the gaps. Really do what works for you. Okay, so 356 is next. And I have a baggie for this one with a nice few different shades in there. But I said I don't really mind there being multiple shades. It doesn't bother me. If I ever ran out for a painting and needed to, you know, to have some to fill gaps, then I'd just tip them into my big tray and pick out the one that closely matched what I was missing. Okay, so let's try in, no, that's the next one, 415. And I have a bag for this that's very full in square, and I also have a bag in round. And there's only a few, so it's not worth doing a new bag. We'll get those. Oh, they were a lot more cooperative. Get those in there. And then 452, which is here. And see, this is either when I've been lazy and not put a piece of paper in, or it was before I started putting a piece of paper in, but I'll get caught up with them at some point. Okay, so then we have 600s, which are in this box actually. So 632 is here, and I have a bag for square. There's only a few in this one, but, and then we have 648, again in square. I've already got a bag for this. So I do find that there are many colours that I now already have. It's only occasionally that I don't, but of course you build that up over time. This is 2 years worth of diamond painting. Okay, so that is that storage box done. My next one holds my 700s to my 900s. So we've got 762, which I have both in round and in square, and this has multiple shades, absolutely loads of them. I think it's supposed to be like a light grey, and we've got everything from grey, green and cream. But that's what you get when the die lots, they're not as particular. Okay, so 791, we have square here. So of course when you're putting your spares away, you potentially don't need to do the whole first stage that I've done, unless of course you are doing your own heaven and earth designs using spares. For anybody that does want to find out more about that, I do have a heaven and earth designs playlist, and I do explain my plans and my thoughts with it all. So feel free to go and check that out if you want to know what I'm doing with some of my spares. Though I think I still need to find more projects to do with spares and the time to do said projects, because I still have quite a lot of spares. Okay, so that's 799. So then 800s, I've only got 2, so I've got 803, which is here. And you tend to find some colours tend to crop up quite a lot, especially the likes of the 310s. They crop up in a lot of paintings. And then there's some that every now and then you're like, oh, how have I never had that colour before? And I think it just depends on the software that some manufacturers use. Okay, 809, see here, 809. I've never had that before, which, considering I've been diamond painting for 2 years, I've not come across that colour. Yet my daughter's friend, who's been diamond painting for a couple of months, has obviously come across that colour. So it'd be different for everybody. So we get a sticker, and then I want to put 809-S, and then I know it's the square version. Pop that in. Okay, so that's the 800s done. So now we've got 900s, and then I have got a 3000. So 927, I already have. And it's got paper in to help it stand up. And then 950. which I've also already got. So we'll get these to go in the same bag. And the end is in sight, people. I don't know how long this video's been because I've had to pause it a couple of times for various things, but the end is in sight. She says that she's still got all the 3000s to go. And I'm still dealing with static, which is taking longer. There we go. 950. If you do find that your country means that you end up with static a lot of the time, you can pop a little piece of a dryer sheet in each bag, and sometimes that will help. Okay, so last box is the 3000s. So I've got 3023, 3023, it's right here at the beginning. And I'm moving, flipping all the way through the rest. And I actually don't have that one. So we've had 2 new colours today. So 3023-S. I don't know why I wrote on that before I put the sticker on the bag, because these stickers like to smudge. But anyway. And I will pop a piece of paper in these in the future when I am not fighting with building works. That's a project for another day. Okay, so that's that one empty, and then we've got some 37s. So we've got 3753 in 2 lots, which is here near the back. And that's why I tend to like to put a piece of paper in, because they do scrunch down and they can get a little bit lost. Let's say I will get caught up with all that sort of stuff once things are done. And then these again are a different shade, but they're all going in together. And they're going everywhere else as well. Come on. Okay, so that's the last few in. Catch the one that went AWOL. And they can just sit in there and calm their little static selves down. Okay, 3778. I do much prefer the 3-digit numbers than the 4-digit ones. So much easier on my brain. But this gets another job done, gets some more diamonds away, so. Okay, 3855. Have I got it already? Oh, I do. So much quicker when I've already got it done. So that's 3855. And then last but not least, we have one little baggie here. And this one is 3866. Top of the shop, last of the numbers, but we do already have them, so chop that down and throw it all in. Different shade again, but I'm not bothered. Okay, so that is that one de-kitted. That took a while, but say that was 2 lots of diamonds. Sometimes I do combine 3 or 4 projects, but I have been trying to do these as and when they're done to make life a little bit easier. So I'm going to have a few minutes getting the sticker fronts off these, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.